Welcome back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center in Sioux Falls. A building that's only 6 months old, but has been very busy over the last 6 months. Everything from bull riding to monster trucks to concerts. Bob Seeger, Jason Aldean.
Yep. I guess that the bull riding the other night, I guess that was tremendous.
It was packed house for 2 nights.
Yep, that's great.
Of course, the Summit League tournament, 60,000 people over the 3-4 days it was here. And now, of course, we had state wrestling here just a couple of weeks ago. And now the State AA Boys Basketball Tournament. I'm Craig Maddock along with Mike Henriksen. Our final game of the night, the quarterfinals. The Pierre Governors, the 6th seed, taking on the number 3 seed, Sioux Falls OGorman. And for the Knights, they've been gone the last couple of years. They haven't been here after they won, 3 straight in a row.
Yep.
And the first appearance since 2012. 16th appearance overall for the Knights, located right on 41st Street and Kiwanis.
Right there next to McEnany Field, as a matter of fact, also on their campus. One of the smallest AA schools.
They've won 5 titles in their history, all in the 2000s.
Yeah, they were. Well, that documentary that we did for South Dakota Public Broadcasting on the boys basketball, the minute that came out, that was no longer correct because OGorman had won the title the night before. So that was there were a couple of facts in there that OGorman had actually changed. Yep. Oh, it was tremendous job by Public Broadcasting.
And they're in District 1. How did they get here to the state tournament? They beat Brookings, and then they beat Watertown. So you say they haven't played since March 6th.
We'll see how they react to that, Craig. It can take a long time to shake off the dust. Let's take a look at their starting lineup.
Davis Cowan is their leading scorer, along with Braxton Elliott. Ben Lauer, they're glad they haven't played since March 6th. That has allowed Ben Lauer with a bad ankle to get better. Ben Lauer has broken his nose twice this year. The first time he did it was against the Pierre Governors.
Wow. And we will be back to set you up for the Pierre Governors as you're watching the state AA tournament from the Denny Sanford Premier Center in Sioux Falls.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Safe travels, my friend.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls, the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Let's take a look at the Pierre Governors. The Pierre Governors, their 5th straight appearance to the AA's.
Of course, they had that incredible run with Severin and Zach Hansen. Severin now at South Dakota State University. Zach Hansen playing for Creighton University. Lots of good athletes that they have trotted out. Michael Tweet here recently. Sam Willard. Right there.
Can't believe Coach Becker's been there 11 years already. Terry Becker, 11 years.
I was just in Pierre here at Christmas. I got a chance to go see Pierre Riggs High School. As a matter of fact, got to go see the Hegg Brothers Holiday Jam. Also took in the Christmas trees in the rotunda. It was gorgeous.
How did Pierre get here?
Take a look. They defeat Mitchell. By the way, Mitchell started off this season on a record pace. They were putting up points like there was no tomorrow. But teams made adjustments, as they always will. And Pierre ends up defeating Mitchell. And then a tight one with Huron, 66-63 to win that district. And so, again, Craig, another team that has not played since back on March the 6th.
Fairly balanced scoring. You got Kaiser averaging 14 a game. Severin is averaging 10, but you got Anderson and Rayburg 9 points a game, so some pretty balanced scoring that could concern the OGorman Knights tonight.
Yeah, and actually these two teams are rather similar as far as size goes, as far as experience goes. Maybe a little bit more size for the for Riggs High School.
They did play during the regular season.
Right, and how did that turn out?
7-point ball game for the Knights.
Yep, so we'll see what happens here tonight. I think this may be one of our better matchups of the opening round. I've been looking forward to this one all day long.
I want to remind you what has happened in some of the other tournaments here tonight at the Class B in Aberdeen. White River, the number 2 seed, a 4-point win over 7-seed Parker.
All right, Parker Pheasants, of course, hadn't been there in 19 years. That River is always there.
That B tournament's been turned upside down.
It has.
The number 1 seed Faith and the number 4 seed undefeated Woolsey Wessington both knocked out today.
A lot of people were picking Woolsey Wessington to run the table and win that thing as a 4 seed.
And then in the State A tournament, Aberdeen Roncalli, the top seed, and Little Wound, the 5 seed, advancing to the semifinals.
But Aberdeen Roncalli had to come from behind, didn't they, against Lennox?
Lennox led at halftime.
Yep, and in that Little Wound game, I had a chance to watch that after our session was done this afternoon on SDPB, so that was a good one. Good for Little Wound. They had a big crowd there today, and seeing our buddy Patrick Duffy on Twitter, he had tweeted out that it was as loud of a Thursday afternoon as he had heard at the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center.
That's good.
In quite a while. Indeed it is.
It's the Governors and the Knights in our last quarterfinal game, and it's coming up when we come back on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. That was nice for Coach Becker to say hi.
Yeah, it was.
Say nice things about us. What? We say nice things about everybody.
Exactly.
I was thinking of doing the donate now.
Yeah.
First one.
Yep. Oh, there's Ruth.
Yep.
The little leprechaunish creature. Welcome back to the Premier Center in Sioux Falls. A reminder, you know, it's only South Dakota Public Broadcasting that brings you all 3 tournaments, all 12 games from all 3 locations. And that doesn't happen without your help. We're able to provide coverage of the South Dakota High School, not just basketball championships, but all of the activities that South Dakota Public Broadcasting is so good at covering. But we can't do it without your help. So please go online. Become a friend of South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Order the DVDs. Go to sdpb.org. Click on Donate Now. We would love your support. We are so grateful for the opportunity to bring you these kids' activities. And not just the sanctioned one, rodeo and a lot more as well. It all happens only on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Let's meet the participants of our last game tonight, quarterfinals, AA boys. Here's our public address announcer at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, Jason Luth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Denny Sanford Premier Center. The South Dakota High School Activities Association, along with its corporate partners, Sanford Health, First Premier Bank Card, Farmers Union Insurance Agency, Billion Automotive, and the South Dakota Army National Guard, welcome you to this final opening round game of the State AA Boys Basketball Tournament, featuring the Governors from Pierre and the Knights from Sioux Falls, OGorman. Before we meet our players, let's meet our cheerleaders, beginning with the cheerleaders from the Pierre Governors. They are Maddie Jones, Jessica Weber, Michaela Thomas, and Savannah Heckenleibel. Cheer coach is Jill Cowie. And let's meet the cheerleaders from the OGorman Knights. Madison Blanchard, Morgan Brower, Marin Curley, Sadie Facile, Lauren Weber, Hadley Ziegler. Cheer coach is Maddie Grogan and Sarah Gester. Now let's meet our team members, beginning with the Pierre Governors. Team members include number 13, Brad Dean, number 15, Ethan Life, number 21, Trey Livermont, number 24, Daly Beck, number 30, Isaiah Watson, number 33, Matt Booth, number 40, Clay Bush, number 50, Joe King. And let's meet team members from the OGorman Knights. Number 4, Luke Fritsch. Number 10, Jacob Fleck. Number 13, Logan Harmelink. Number 15, Ethan French. Number 22, Charlie Illig. Number 23, Matt Cartwright. Number 24, Chandler Schiffbauer. Number 30, Jimmy Burma. And number 50, JP Costello. Now let's meet our starting lineups, introduced alternately and beginning with the Governors from Pierre. Starting at a guard, a 6-foot senior, number 3, Charlie Anderson. And starting at a guard for the Knights, a 6'3" senior, number 3, Braxton Elliott. At a guard for the Governors, a 6-foot senior, number 4, Nick Rayburn. And at a guard for the Knights, a 5'8" junior, number 5, Antonio Casiello. Starting at a guard for the Governors, a 5'11" junior, number 12, Aaron Severin. And starting at a forward for the Knights, a 6'6" senior, number 20, Davis Cowan. Starting at a center for the Governors, a 6'4" senior, number 32, Max Seward. And starting at a forward for the Knights, a 6'5" junior, number 31, Jack Pierre. Starting at forward for the Governors, a 6'5" junior, number 44, Brevin Kaiser. And starting at center for the Knights, a 6'6" junior, number 33, Ben Lauer. Assistant coaches for the Pierre Governors are Jeff Schleckaway and Scott Nye. Head coach is Terry Becker. Assistant coaches for the OGorman Knights are Steve Keir, BJ Kippen, Mike Newfield, and Blake Badfield. Head coach of the Knights is Derek Roby. Our officials for this game are Chad Gordon, Jeremy Grady, and Jeff Schroeder. Our alternate official is Darren Burr.
Nice to have you with us for our last quarterfinal game. It's Pierre, of course, in the green, OGorman in the white.
Pierre Governors always travel well also. They brought a nice contingent here to Sioux Falls for the tournament.
Lauer will jump against Kaiser. Nice to have you with us all along South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Casiello will bring it up for the Knights. For OGorman, the leading scorer, it's Cowan and Elliott. Right out of the chute, Braxton Elliott going to go to the free throw line.
Foul is whistled on Charlie Anderson. Anderson just a little bit late getting there. Had the right idea to get over and help out.
89% free throw shooter on the season. The Knights have played a game here in the Denny.
Okay.
Played the first high school basketball game. OGorman on the board. Both teams, size-wise, match up real well. For OGorman, they got to watch out for some pretty good outside shooting by the Pierre Governors.
A good look that time on the opening shot. Both teams in man-to-man here.
Elliott to Casiello to Lauer. Lauer, nowhere to go.
Good help defense that time. Charlie Anderson got called for the foul on the last one. This time, he reacted much quicker, got over there into perfect defensive position to force the turnover.
Wearing of the green, it is Kaiser, number 44, the leading scorer. They'll be looking for him down low. Good battle between him and Lauer.
Just something right about the state tournament going on the same week as St. Patrick's Day and having Pierre in it, isn't there?
Rebound by Cowan. We're going to see an up-tempo type first half. Casiello leaving it off for Jack Pierre. Turnover by the Governors.
And our first sub of the night as Ethan Leaf will check into the lineup. Ethan, 5'11" and a senior for Pierre.
So Coach Roby there of OGorman. He saw a lot of Pierre when he was coaching up at Aberdeen.
Oh, yeah.
For a number of years. Again, these two teams did play earlier in the year. And OGorman got the win 65-58. Picked up by Cowan with the left hand, too strong.
And Cowan got stepped on inadvertently. He kind of came up limping, but as he heads back down the floor, he looks like he's all right.
Aaron Severn will bring it up. There's a shot of Terry Becker. They won a title back in 2013.
Of course,
that was an amazing team.
That was. Of course, Terry, one of those guys who has won titles in 2 different classes, as he was also the head coach at Del Rapids St. Mary the year that they won their title.
Yeah.
2004, I think it was.
That was an amazing team.
That was.
Oh, a nice feed on the low block. But it's going to stay with the Knights.
Pierre Governor's students also going with the USA theme on their uniforms for the evening. They look good.
The lob to Bauer. And he got it. Ben Lauer has broken his nose twice and suffered an ankle injury late in the season.
Nice backdoor cut.
Ethan Leaf.
Great job running that baseline.
Casiello with a nice feed. Taken away.
That's what Casiello does. He is the quintessential point guard. He's not going to shoot very often, but he'll drive and he'll dish.
Revin Kaiser.
Nice response by the Governors after the early deficit.
Yeah, it was 5-0. Elliott trying to go down low, and it's going to stay with the Knights. You're watching the AA Boys Basketball Tournament, South Dakota Public Broadcasting. That's a shot of the Pierre Governor student section. They got the students underneath their respective baskets. Luke Fritsch in for the OGorman Knights. On top to Cowan. Cowan likes that shot from there, but it's short. Brought down by Severin.
Nice elevation by Severin there.
Pierre's 2 for 4 on the floor. That one was blocked. J.P. Costello in the game gets the block. Here's Elliott. This is 3 ball. Nope, didn't get it. Nice rebound again by Severin.
Man, he gets up high.
Into the corner for Rayburn. Costello with a rebound. OGorman 2 for 5 from the floor. They have not attempted a 3-point shot. Elliott has had 31 trays on the year. Everybody else under double digits. So not a big 3-point shooting team.
No, they'll take medium range jumpers, but not the long ones. And a foul whistled, and that's going to go on Nick Rayburn.
On the reach in.
Rayburn will commit his first personal foul.
Brad Dean, 5'11" sophomore, comes in. Also coming in, Matt Booth. Yeah, 6'4" senior. We've seen 2 games in the quarterfinals, Mike, where one team has certainly had some size advantage. This one is a lot more even. A lot more even everywhere.
Tough shot up and good by Braxton Elliott.
His first basket of the game. Severin.
That was over halfway down.
Yep. That was Booth trying to go between two Knights. And Matt Booth will get rung up for one. Back in, Casiello. Lauer, and Jack Pierre. There was a time during the season the Knights would go 5-5.
Exactly, and Derek Roby has certainly done that other times in his career. But they have tightened up the rotation as the season progressed.
Here's Severin. Can he make it? Oh, foul by Antonio Casiello.
Casiello at 5'8", able to get up and challenge the shot. Of course, when you're dribbling the basketball, you are not going to be able to, most people aren't going to be as fast as if they are sprinting down the floor. We have seen a few people in our life that they were just as fast one way or the other, but not many.
Charlie Anderson back in for the Governors. .57% free throw shooter. Hit them both. 5-point deficit down to 1 for the Governors. Luke Fritsch to Elliott. Elliott challenging. Severin coming out with it.
Had to clear a couple of his own guys.
Dean, it's an air ball.
Dean just didn't quite get his feet underneath him. Was fading a little bit on that shot.
That was over the basket. Both teams want to run, Mike. They want up tempo. Not afraid to shoot. Brad Dean with it. And a reach-in foul by Jack Pierre of the Knights. In for OGorman. Davis Cowan.
Yep, Cowan coming back into the lineup.
Rayburn, Dean, Severin, Kaiser, and Anderson. It's the starting 5 in for the Governors.
That foul gave both teams a chance to catch their breath a little bit.
Off the Knights. Governors will get it under the basket. Good passing around the perimeter.
There you go. See, that's what we were talking about. Is Brad Dean that time. He was squared up, he was in rhythm, and he buried that.
First lead of the night for the Governors. Casiello down low to Lauer. Braxton Elliott. His second field goal of the night.
See, that's the thing, Craig. You talked about the fact they don't shoot many three-pointers, but they will take those 15 to 17-foot jumpers.
Inside to Kaiser, going up against Lauer.
Nice crossover move.
Pull-up jumper, Cowan. Severin with another rebound.
Man, oh man. What's that, 4, I think, for him? Ball was kicked.
Ping pong ball there. And no basket. No basket.
The foul whistled.
Ben Lauer for the Knights called for the foul.
Yeah, that ball was bouncing all over, and there's the call right there.
Max Seward is in for Pierre. A lot of action in this first quarter.
I guess.
Traveling travel there.
Max faked the shot, or faked the pass.
By the way,
went to do the shot, but never put the ball on the floor.
The answer to your question is that Severin does have 4 rebounds already here in the first quarter.
At 5'11", that's pretty good.
Stolen by Seward and then gets fouled by Lauer. That could be a big foul for OGorman. Because Lauer with 2 fouls here in the first quarter. Lauer trying to be a little aggressive.
Good look at Terry Becker.
So Lauer on the bench. See how long he'll be there with 2 fouls. Straight on 3 by Severin.
Once again, it was a 5-0 OGorman lead. A 12-4 run here by the Govs.
Jacob Fleck in for the Knights. He's got the ball to Casiello. Look for Davis Cowan maybe to get last shot. Fleck will try it. You're watching the AA Boys Basketball Tournament on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Nice to have you with us Thursday night in Sioux Falls, AA Boys Basketball Tournament. OGorman will go with Lauer. Lauer will come into the game here to start the second quarter. He's got 2 fouls, and he'll battle up against Brevin Kaiser.
Yep.
I think we'll see a lot of man-to-man in this one. Oh, what a nice turnaround by Kaiser.
A great recognition by the Pierre kids going right after Cowan, trying to see if they can, or Lauer, excuse me, seeing if they can pick up that 3rd foul.
OGorman 4 of 12 from the floor. The dish down low. Nice turnaround. Oh, Perry missed it. For Pierre, they're 4 of 12 from the floor. 2 of 4 beyond the arc. Deep 3 that falls short.
Neither team getting many second opportunities, Craig.
Both teams shooting 33% from the floor. Lauer backing it up, going up against Seward.
Nice move by Lauer.
Seward from the elbow. That was partially deflected. Pierre got a piece of that. He's wide open.
Oh, great reaction. They missed him a little bit, like a receiver that was open earlier in the pattern, but good hustle by Nick Rayburn to get back and knock that thing out of bounds.
Governors with constant rotation. They're going 7-8 deep on the bench. Cowan, nice stroke, his first point of the game.
Always fun when you get to the AA tournament. You see a few of the college coaches from around the state getting a look at some of these young men in person.
Jack Pierre fighting for position down low against Seward, and Pierre will pick up the foul. His second. That's got to be a little bit of a concern, Mike. You got 2 starters with 2 fouls, and we've only played not even 2 minutes of the second quarter.
Yep. Yeah, that's where, you know, we saw that in the game with Stevens today. And a foul, who's that going to go on?
Being Luke Fritsch, his first.
We saw that earlier today with McLeod, and he picked up 2 early ones, but he was able to avoid that 3rd, which was huge for Rapid City Stevens.
Stevens in Washington will play the first semifinal game tomorrow night. Seward with the travel, the 4th turnover for the Governors. And the winner of this one gets Sioux Falls Lincoln tomorrow night.
Semifinal night, the best night of the tournament. Frankly, one of the best nights of the year.
Anderson back in for Pierre. Cowan double teamed. Oh, Kaiser went up high to get that one.
Yeah, Brevin 6'5", just a junior.
Inside to Kaiser. Oh, look at that movement by Pierre. They're really moving around. Short by Down low to Fritch. To Casiello.
Fritch, the outstanding quarterback for the OGorman Knights football team.
Elliott. Casiello. Rebound by Kaiser. Pierre, up tempo. Oh, Kaiser.
Foul. That is going to be the third on Ben Lauer. And that's exactly what Kaiser was trying to do. He wanted to pick up that foul. He knew who he had guarding him. And J.P. Costello, the 6'5 sophomore, will have to come into the lineup. And Lauer probably done for the quarter.
At the line, Brevin Kaiser, 67% shooter. Oh, that's tipped out of there by Anderson. Going right back at it, Kaiser. He's got 6.
Casiello lost the handle on it.
Timeout called by the Governors. Our coverage begins tomorrow morning at noon, or tomorrow at noon, 11 a.m. Mountain. Consolation round. Huron and Aberdeen Central, followed by Watertown, and the loser of this game.
And a reminder, you can purchase a DVD copy of the South Dakota High School Basketball Championships, boys or girls, and even some archive games as well. Call 800-456-0766. 3 DVD set that features each of the games that your team plays.
Turnovers, 5 for OGorman, 4 for the Governors.
And that timeout saved a turnover as the possession arrow was pointing towards the Knights.
And that's going to go against, is that Anderson? Yeah, I think on Charlie Anderson. That would be his second. You're watching the AA Boys Basketball Tournament of South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Great to see a big student section at the AA Boys Basketball Tournament.
Yeah, we saw a great student section from Washington today, which makes sense, but also Watertown. Those kids traveled really, really well. That was great to see. Good turnout here at the AA.
And we'll probably see more tomorrow.
Yep.
For the semifinals. Here's Costello, loses it to Seward. Up to Severin. Oh, coming down, it's Kaiser on the breakaway. He's got 8. Largest lead of the night for Pierre.
And again, remember, it was OGorman who led it 5-0 in the early going.
Luke Fritch was in trouble, didn't have anyone to throw to.
This Pierre defensive intensity has been very, very high, forcing a lot of errors.
Rayburn to Severin. That's Severin gets his first 3. I checked that. Second 3 of the game. Pierre crowd pretty loud tonight, Mike.
As well they should be. Heck of an effort by their kids.
Davis Cowan trying to stop the run. Rebound by Kaiser.
And Cowan taking that 3-pointer.
Kaiser, 3 ball? Yes! Wow. That's only his 5th tray of the year. Timeout, Knights. Brevin Kaiser, 11 points here in the first half.
Craigie was in great position, backed off, The defensive left him alone, and he puts it home. I'm looking forward to seeing what's on South Dakota Public Broadcasting after our game tonight. Now, the good news is, because that Class A tournament is running, out in Rapid City, we can actually switch over to that channel and watch a little bit of the A once this one's done.
We got some good last quarterfinal games. Langford and Gregory are tied late in that one, and that one by Antonio Casiello.
That was needed. Stop that momentum a little bit.
And a foul on his way in. I think Nick Rayburn will go to the line.
Yep, Davis Cowan going to pick up the foul.
His first.
That is the 8th team foul on the Knights. Just 4 fouls whistled on Pierre thus far.
Rayburn is a 57% shooter. Overall, Pierre 3 for 4 from the line.
Of course, the Governors have had such incredible success here recently. Wrestling and golf, and for the girls, basketball, as you mentioned, football.
Braxton Elliott leading the way for OGorman with 6 points. He lost that one, but Max Seward will pick up the reach-in foul. And 2 shots for Elliott.
Just the first personal foul, though, on Seward, and just the 5th team foul.
Elliott is an 89% shooter.
Averages 15 points a game.
Cuts that deficit down to 8.
Nice entry pass.
Good defense by Costello. Reach-in foul against Ethan Leaf.
Yep, Ethan, the 5'11 senior, came over on the defensive help. Didn't quite get there in time, but again, that's only the 6th foul, so not shooting yet.
Elliott double teamed and uses the window beautifully. He's got 9.
Good little run here by OGorman after it was 24-13. And Max Seward will step to the free throw line.
Mike, both teams not afraid to go challenge. Being very aggressive defensively, picking up fouls. Seward is a 65% shooter. Four of 6 from the line for the Governors here in the first half. Cowan with his 6th rebound of the first half. Elliott. Casiello.
Nice feed. Left it for Fritz, but not able to convert it.
Kaiser with his 6th rebound.
We haven't seen the shot clock be a real issue tonight, have we, Craig?
No, we haven't. That one was partially deflected by Elliott.
Now there is under 10, though, on the shot clock since it hasn't touched the rim yet.
Seward has it taken away by Braxton Elliott. Elliott will take it to distance. 11 for Elliott. Big defensive play in the run-out. Seward, that one was halfway down and came out. Boy, these teams are really playing hard, and a foul on the Knights. Kaiser using the body. The foul on Cassiello, his second. No doubt about it, Kaiser was going to go to the rim. Kaiser is 0 for 1 tonight. Coming in is Clay Bush. Clay Bush, a 6'2" junior in the ballgame. A dozen for Brevin Kaiser. Shot clock off. I think Davis Cowan is going to touch the ball sometime on this possession. Here's Elliott. Guarded closely by Dean. And 5 seconds called against Braxton Elliott. Brad Dean stayed within that 5 feet defensively. And Braxton Elliott didn't make any attempt to move forward with it. Called for 5 seconds. And the turnover would be the 9th on the Knights. Coming in is Jimmy Burma. Jimmy getting his first appearance. Jimmy Burma is a 6'2" junior. Final seconds of the first half. Kaiser. And that's going to be the end of the first half. The Pierre Governors score 15 points in that second quarter. OGorman scored a dozen. And it's a 6-point lead for the Pierre Governors. The winner of this one is going to get Sioux Falls Lincoln tomorrow night in the semifinals. Pierre is being led by Brevin Kaiser with 12. Aaron Severin with 8. Sioux Falls OGorman, they're being led by Braxton Elliott with 11. And then the other 4 starters for the Knights, 1 field goal. The head coach of the Pierre Governors is Terry Becker, and he's with Mike Henriksen.
All right, Terry Becker, he was looking for me. We appreciate that. Defensive intensity was huge for you guys that first half.
Yeah, I thought we played really hard defensively. You know, we're challenging all their shots. Elliott and Cowan are a handful both offensively, so we got to make sure we stay in their space in the second half. We want to hold on to the lead.
The Kaiser with an outstanding performance himself.
Yeah, he's really active. He's playing with good emotion right now, so we just got to make sure we channel that emotion, use it in the right way. You know, if he can play consistent for 4 quarters, that's what makes us pretty good.
Thanks for the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
You bet. Terry Becker, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. They lead it at halftime over the OGorman Knights. And we're back with more after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Back in Sioux Falls at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, I'm Craig Maddock from Sioux Falls Sports Radio, AM 1230 and FM 98.1 KWSN, along with Mike Henriksen, Sportsmax Radio and Calling All Sports. In that first half, up and down, both teams, I think, like the quick pace looking for the open shots.
OGorman
got out to a 5-0 start.
Yep.
And Lauer, though, he's got 2 fouls, right? 3 fouls.
3 fouls. That was very big when he went out of the game.
Braxton Elliott, 4 baskets, 3 free throws.
Tough shot, but coming the other way, hitting that 3. Those are big for Pierre in the first half. Great pass to the trailer to Kaiser.
Kaiser had a dozen points. Severin had 2 threes in that first half. Elliott.
Their lead got up to 24-13, Craig, but OGorman whittled that down here at halftime. Craig, right now, OGorman, big story, they are leading Riggs High School on the boards. There you see 18-14. Neither team shooting the ball very effectively, but OGorman has not hit a 3, but that's kind of typical for them, frankly. They're not a big three-point shooting team.
We'll get you ready for the start of the second half when we come back on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota.
Got a minute? Absolutely.
Let's head off to Mike Henriksen. He's got Derek Roby, head coach of the Knights.
All right, Derek, halftime adjustments.
Well, you know, we have to, first of all, take care of the basketball. We have 9 turnovers, and, you know, Pierre scored 13 points on those 9 turnovers. I mean, you know, we're down 6. We're not playing very good. You know, early on, I thought we got out of the gates fine. Then we start settling for 19-footers instead of getting the ball inside. But you have to credit Pierre. Pierre's doing a great job. They're trying to take a couple of our perimeter guys away. And some of our guys down low have to step up and make some big plays. You know, I talked about this getting out of the gate early, which we did. But, you know, our guys are mishandling the basketball. We're missing layups and can't do that against a very good Pierre group. But we'll settle in. We'll turn this thing around and hopefully come with a W.
Sounds good. Thanks for the time. Best of luck second half.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Derek Roby, the head coach of the OGorman Knights. They do trail at halftime, 27-21.
Yeah, good luck with the voice, Coach Roby. Oh, man.
I think he's been going to the Brent DeBoer School of Voice Control.
Oh, wow. He is right. When you look at it, Pierre has scored 13 points off of turnovers. OGorman has scored 2 off of turnovers. Although success in the paint. OGorman's scored 16 of their 21 points in the paint to 10 for Pierre. Both teams going to go with their original 5. So with OGorman, Lauer with 3 fouls, Peary and Casiello with 2 fouls. The Pierre Governors, their original 5. Anderson, the only starter with 2 fouls.
Yeah, going to be very important, as you heard Derek Roby say, take care of the basketball. That is the big key for the OGorman Knights in this second half.
Doesn't like the 19-footers.
No.
He wants to go down low. Challenge the Governors in the paint. The winner of this game gets Lincoln tomorrow night in our second semifinal. The loser will get Watertown in the consolation round tomorrow. Knights get the ball. Shot there of the Knight student section. Here come the Knights. Casiello and Severin, that's a nice matchup. Well, they're going down low to Peary. Peary against Anderson. Oh, Lauer, right place at the right time, and he's going to go to the line.
Keep an eye on Lauer, too, with 3 fouls. If he picks up a quick one, that would not bode well for the OGorman Knights. And let's see if once Pierre gets the basketball, if they try to go right out of it.
Ben Lauer is 66% shooter. First trip to the line tonight. 4 points on the night for Ben Lauer. Both teams like up-tempo. Trying to capitalize on the other team's mistakes.
Severn had a good first half. He cooled off a bit, though, midway through that second quarter.
Going down low to Kaiser. What a spin move. Falls short. Got the ball back.
Nice speed.
Anderson missed it.
I think Anderson just got a little bit confused as to how open and where exactly he was.
Hand check is going to be called on Charlie Anderson. That's going to be a check that. It's going to be on Nick Rayburn, his second. Lauer attacking the rack, and he gets the roll, or the bounce off the window.
That was big, Craig. Again, the defense was in trying to take the charge. Lauer avoided.
Inside to Kaiser, and there's Lauer with number 4. Lauer will come out. Coming in, J.P. Costello.
Lauer was limited in minutes in that first half due to foul trouble. Gives this OGorman Knight a team a very different look.
It'll be Knight. OGorman Knight's ball. The Knights played through the districts. Limited availability with Lauer because he was hurt. Braxton Elliott, that one barely drew iron. He followed his shot.
And he's going to be fouled. I think that's going to go on Charlie Anderson.
His third. Here comes Max Seward and Brad Dean for Pierre. Braxton Elliott.
Nice cut. Well executed inbound play. Tied it up, Craig.
Only the second tie of the game.
6-0 run here by the Knights to start the second half.
Pierre's last field goal, 3 minutes to go in the half. Good rundown. Inside turnaround by Dean. He can't get that one to go. It's going to go to OGorman.
Yep, last touch inside by Seward.
Timeout taken by Pierre.
Yeah, good timeout there by Coach Terry Becker.
OGorman on a 6-0 run to start the second half.
And as he mentioned, it has been a while even in that first half since the Governors scored. South Dakota's public broadcasting crew is on the road to Sioux Falls next weekend as they cover the South Dakota High School All-State Band Concerts. It's not just about sports, as you get a look at the OGorman student section and then the Pierre student section. South Dakota Public Broadcasting will provide a live webcast of the concerts next Saturday live from OGorman High School and then present the concerts on SDPB TV April 18th. That will happen at 8 p.m. Central, 7 Mountain.
The last field goal by Pierre was when they had an 11-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the first half. They got 3 free throws before the half ended.
Yep, they led it 24-13.
Pierre on top to Casiello. Davis Cowan runs right into Aaron Severin. And Severin will get rung up. His first.
Chad Gordon with the call, really an outstanding officiating crew we have here with Chad Gordon, Jeremy Grady, Jeff Schroeder.
Well, Nick Rayburn has picked up his third, so there's got to be a little concern for Pierre. You got Anderson and Rayburn with 3.
Let's see if the Knights try to exploit that before Terry Becker gets somebody in to replace him.
Here's Casiello to Elliott. 5 baskets for Elliott. They get 6.
Oh, a little finger roll. Going George Gervin old school there.
And OGorman retakes the lead. Since it was 9-all. Kaiser and a block by Costello. You're watching the Class AA Boys Basketball Tournament at South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Part of the OGorman fan base here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. A year from now, Mike, it'll be a combined AA boys and girls tournament here in Sioux Falls.
The official formats still aren't firmed up, but we're getting a pretty good feel for what they will be doing. Some of the games in this building, some of the games in the arena, which is just down the hall from here.
Wild left-handed shot by Seward and a swat.
Big time rejection from J.P. Costello.
Davis Cowan can't get it to drop. Rebound by Kaiser to Severin. Severin, oh boy.
They needed that one.
He's got 10. Tied again.
And now that zone trap defense here, Craig.
Davis Cowan. Long reach, but he falls short on the shot.
Good way to attack this, though, is to go right into the heart of it.
Kaiser's got 8 rebounds already for Pierre. Here's Kaiser. Dozen points. Oh, the lob. That was deflected by Cowan. Fifth turnover by Pierre. Casiello. Down low to Costello. To Pierre. A little hook. Rebound by Braxton Elliott. Rebound Costello. Fresh 35.
Couple of offensive opportunities here by the Knights. Offensive rebounds have been tough to come by for both teams.
Pierre saves it to Casiello with the runner. Boy, give credit on Pierre on that one, saving it from going out of bounds.
OGorman back up with the lead.
Inside to Kaiser. Ooh, Costello. And that was on Antonio Casiello?
It was.
Which would be his third.
Okay. Both teams going back to the bench. OGorman bringing Jacob Fleck into the lineup. Jacob, 6 foot and a senior. Right now you're just trying to buy a few rest minutes. Shot is up and no good, but Severin gets his own rebound again.
And attacking. A dozen for tied at 31. Exchanging baskets. Elliott for 2.
Again, not big on three-point shots. They'll take the 15-footers.
OGorman is 0 for 5 from 3-point range. Pierre is 4 of 12. Boy, both teams offensively. Oh, what a great defensive play there by Costello. And anticipating the pass.
I think he got poked a little bit there, or maybe scraped by his own teammate. Going for the ball right in the face.
Jack Pierre on top to Casiello. first three of the game for the Knights.
It was a 6-point deficit at halftime, Craig. It is now a 5-point O'Gorman lead.
Ties their biggest lead, and that was at the start of the game at 5-0.
Dangerous cross-court pass.
Wayburn had it tipped away. Braxton Elliott with the runner. Biggest lead of the game for the Knights.
Terry Becker still with 3 timeouts left here in the game. Just going to let his kids play through this.
Kaiser. And count it, and 1.
That is why he knows his team. Just get the ball to Kaiser down low. He's been quiet offensively this second half.
Costello will pick up his second foul. Give you an update, yes. Casiello did not get the last foul for the O'Gorman Knights. Pierre, Casiello, and Costello all with 2 fouls for O'Gorman.
Rebound by Luke Frisch.
These two teams have matched up real well tonight.
Yeah, this has been fun. Less fun right now if you're a Pierre fan. I understand that, but from an unbiased opinion, this has just been a fun game to watch.
4-second difference with the shot clock and the game clock. Elliott. Ball short. Nice feed to Costello, and 1.
What a big play right at the end of the quarter, Craig. Foul goes on number 3. That's Charlie Anderson.
Davis Cowan back in for O'Gorman. Costello has only shot 10 free throws all year. Of course, he's made 7 of them. First trip to the line tonight. Here is Severin. No good. That will not go. We're done with 3. The AA Boys Basketball Tournament. South Dakota Public Broadcasting. O'Gorman outscores Pierre 19-6 in that third quarter.
Well, Derek Roby at halftime said they were going to take better care of the ball and stop missing some shots they shouldn't miss. He was Nostradamus there about that third period.
Pierre fans getting wild here to start the fourth quarter.
Almost a turnover to start the quarter. Pierre just needs to go back to what they were doing well, just run the offense.
Here is 12 of 38 from the floor. Anderson to Kaiser. Kaiser had a dozen in the first half.
And Lauer is back in the game for the Knights also. Ben Lauer, the 6'6 junior, playing with 4 fouls for O'Gorman.
And he's going to be guarded by Brevin Kaiser, which has been a good battle. Casiello feeding Lauer. And that is going to go on Lauer, going after the loose ball.
Great job by Kaiser of getting position, not only getting, but holding position.
So here's the replay. Kaiser pushed by Lauer, so Lauer will foul out with 6 points.
7:09 left to play in the game. The good news is if you're O'Gorman, you actually built the lead when Lauer was out in that third period.
Here's Severin. That one over the basket and tied up. Going to go to O'Gorman.
Yep, alternating possession. It goes to O'Gorman.
Anderson and Elliott tying each other up. Game of runs tonight. Gorman led by 5 to start the game. Pierre came and tied it up. Oh, here's a steal. Severin. Spin move. Oh!
Beautiful move to get away from Antonio Casiello. And that's got the Pierre fans fired up.
Threw it away. Rayburn. To Anderson. Back to Rayburn. On top, Severin. And Dean. They're looking for Kaiser. Kaiser being guarded by Costello.
Now
that one was deflected, and Charlie Anderson with his first field goal.
Right man at the right place at the right time.
5:50 to go. Braxton Elliott to Casiello. Oh, and that's going to be a reach in on Nick Rayburn. His 4th. There's the steal here by Severin, and you'll see the nice spin move and right-handed layup. Davis Cowan, first trip to the free throw line, 79% shooter. Shot of the coaches. Gorman won by 7 last time they played each other earlier in the season. 4 points for Cowan. Catch the matchups here. Costello of OGorman is guarding Brevin Kaiser. There's
nice
Kaiser.
Entry.
And he got it with the left hand.
What a great entry pass that time by Brant Dean.
Intercepted by Severin, and he's going to take it the distance. 14-16 for Severin. Casiello got some numbers here. Oh, right for the hands of Costello.
And the Pierre Governors on a roll.
You're watching the AA Boys Basketball Tournament on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Noise level has increased a few decibels in the last 3 minutes.
Hey, by the way, congratulations, University of South Dakota women. They pick up a victory at home over Creighton in the WNIT tonight.
Last couple of nights have been good for South Dakota basketball. SDSU men in the NIT tomorrow. Last night, Severin, no good. Rebound by Costello.
A big stop that time by the Knights.
Costello to Elliott. Elliott, oh, how he sliced.
Wow.
Between Dean and Anderson.
And then he's able to get it off the glass.
Elliott with 21. Is there any doubt Pierre is looking for Kaiser down low there, Mike?
They're going to work that perimeter. Now Kaiser, no, nice step through.
As Anderson falls short. Halfway through the final quarter. And a timeout by Derek Roby and the OGorman Knights.
He wants to make sure that they've got the exact right play to run right here. I was talking to Craig earlier about being up in Pierre and seeing the Hegg brothers. And have you ever been to the Casey Tibbs Museum in Pierre?
I have not.
It's awesome. And as a matter of fact, there is a documentary that is going to be coming out about Casey Tibbs. It is called Floating Horses, because they said that when Casey Tibbs rode, it looked like he was floating. And so, yeah, if you ever get a chance, stop into Fort Pierre up on the bluff. I know they host a lot of special events and that sort of thing. And also, while I'm plugging an event, I want to remind people the South Dakota Sports Hall of Fame banquet comes up on April the 11th in Sioux Falls. Our induction banquet this year, 20 people going in. It's a wonderful evening. A lot of the people are going in, people that deserve to be in there but passed away several years ago. But it is a wonderful night. Go to sdshof.com for more information. sdshof.com.
Or you can Google South Dakota Sports Hall of Fame.
You certainly may.
Davis Cowan. Oh, big shot for Davis.
That
Only
was
his
tough.
second basket of the night.
That was tough. He was well guarded. Pierre just feels better when the ball's in Severin's hand, don't they?
Yeah, Severin's got 16 points. Here's Kaiser. Kaiser has 16. Goes after his own rebound.
Wow. What a great feel. Again, shooters have a better idea where that ball is going than anyone on the floor, but a lot of times guys don't follow their shots. Kaiser with an excellent job.
Under 3, getting to be crunch time. Down low, Peary. Baseline jumper's good.
Oh, that's a tough shot from Jack Peary.
Two and a half minutes to play. That one's tipped away, picked up, and then a travel by Peary. Pierre will bring in Brad Dean. Coming out is Leaf.
Brad Dean will inbound the ball, the 5'11 sophomore.
Only one on the floor in trouble with fouls would be Rayburn with 4. Rebound by Cowan.
Severin had a good look that time. Just couldn't knock it down.
9 rebounds for Cowan.
And now this is where all those years, even before the shot clock, this is Derek Roby time. He loves to eat clock with his team. They used to do it for a minute, minute and a half at a crack. Now with the shot clock, they can't take that long, but they know how to eat up seconds.
Governor's down 5.
You don't need the 3. You still got plenty of time. Just see what the offense brings you.
Minute and a half to go. And that is Rayburn who's fouled.
And if you take it to the hole, good things usually happen.
Foul on J.P. Costello.
Rayburn, ooh, right in the face. Rayburn will step to the free throw line. Again, no malice there, just inadvertent.
Rayburn 1 for 2 tonight. Dean in. Check that. That's Leaf in.
Yep.
Dean out. One possession ball game.
We were talking about the Pierre players that have gone on and played D1 basketball. Need to mention Cedric Lang, who from OGorman, who wrapped up his career down at UTEP. Good, solid career for him.
Severin's second foul, and here comes Luke Fritch in for OGorman.
And Craig, this is where OGorman can really salt it away at the free throw line.
On the night, the Knights are 7 of 9 from the line.
Somebody's still got to go, Jeremy.
Antonio Casiello 88% shooter from the line, his first trip to the line tonight. Everybody matching up.
Yep, making sure they got the defensive assignments.
There's some confusion here, I think. Okay, they're just checking who the last
Terry
foul
Becker
was on. Severin had the last foul. They're just checking who had the last foul.
Yeah, it was Severin. Right now, Jeremy Grady over discussing it with Terry Becker and his staff.
Trying to decide if Anderson's going to come in or out. Now, he just came out.
I would think
he's going to stay out.
Yeah, they need to shoot a free throw here before you can bring the same player right back in.
Here's Casiello. 1-1. Oh, what a rebound by Pierre. Keeps it alive for the Knights.
Again, good tough defense here by the Governors. You don't need to foul.
Casiello and a timeout by the Knights. The Knights will have one timeout left.
Yep, they're down to one. I think.
Actually, they have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, it depends on which board you look at. Sorry about that. Take a look at the shot. What a rebound. Great job coming up with that loose ball by Jack Pierre.
Knights have 2 full timeouts left. Pierre has 3 full timeouts left.
All right. Again, it's been an adjustment for us today as we try to learn which scoreboard we can see clearly and where our angles need to be. But a fun day here at the Premier Center. First day of a state championship basketball tournament. We mentioned, Craig, next year it will be combined boys and girls here at this facility.
Pierre will inbound. Will Pierre foul? Casiello's an 88% shooter.
I think you keep trying for the steal here down until it gets under a minute.
It is now.
But again, 7 on the shot clock. Oh!
Davis Cowan with his first 3 of the game.
What a shot.
And Ethan Leaf didn't see the pass come his way, and the Governors turn it over.
That was as clutch of a shot by Davis Cowan.
Shot clock winding down as a timeout taken. Oh.
And look at the emotion. Washington, Rapid City Stevens, Lincoln.
And the winner of this one.
The winner of this one will play tomorrow night. Again, a reminder, we'll be on the air tomorrow at noon Central, 11 Mountain Time with the consolation rounds. Also the same time for the Class B. Actually, tomorrow afternoon, Craig, Faith and Wolsey-Wessington at noon in that B consolation round. That could be a pretty good game.
Folks thought that was going to be the semifinal round.
Exactly. Faith, the top seed in that tournament, they get beat. And then Wolsey-Wessington, who is undefeated on the year, they get beat in the second game of the day.
Winner has defeated St. Thomas More, 54-42.
Oh, that's a nice win. A lot of people were thinking St. Thomas More. Give Dave Hollenbeck a couple of weeks to, prep for a game like that. And on your home court, having the home court advantage, it's not your home court, but.
Braxton Elliott is an 89% free throw shooter. He's 3 for 4 tonight. And with that foul, still 1-1. Next foul.
Double bonus.
The double. Now both teams are going to be bringing in defensive or offensive sets. Elliott can make this a 3-possession ball game. Oh!
Time for Pierre.
In the corner.
Oh, partially blocked by Elliott.
Rayburn went right after it, and Severin with the loose ball. Little keep away, and now Braxton Elliott will go back to the line.
Foul whistled on Brad Dean.
Dean with his first.
Nice job on the putback there by Severin. Aaron Severin, just a junior. Brevin Kaiser, just a junior. Dean, a sophomore.
2 shots here. He missed his last free throw. Oh, one more free throw to come. Doesn't matter what happened, it's still a 2-possession ball game. .22 points for Elliott. .20 seconds to go. Nice run all the way in by Nick Rayburn.
And
his first field goal.
Timeout called by Terry Decker.
Well, it's a 3-point game.
Yep.
If you're the Pierre Governors, if you don't steal the inbounds, you got to foul right away.
You got to foul. You go for the steal on the inbound. This stops the clock. And Pierre does still have the, well, again, I'll make sure. You have one timeout left, I believe.
Yes. And if you're the OGorman Knights, you got Elliott in there, Cassiello, Cowan, Pierre, all of them really good free throw shooters.
Exactly. You are going to go with your best free throw shooting lineup. But again, it's very important. OGorman also, by the way, they have 2 timeouts left. So, consequently, if you are the person throwing the ball in and you can't get it in, you do not want a 5-second violation. Go ahead and call that timeout because you've got 2 of them.
Coach Roby will be keeping a stopwatch.
Yes, he will.
On that one. It is Cowan, Cassiello, Jacob Fleck, Elliott, and Pierre on the court for OGorman.
And it is Cowan that will throw it inbounds.
Oh, that ball was that was tipped out by Ethan Leaf. That was close. Ethan Leaf will pick up the foul. Not a lot of time came off the clock.
No, that was very good. Luke Fritsch will check into the lineup here.
About 8/10 of a second came off. So here's Elliott back at the line to shoot 2.
And Terry Becker wants to make sure that the time is correct here.
I thought it was at 14-4 on the inbounds. I mean, that was a very quick touch. Are they going to add more time? They are going to add some time.
Yep, 14. Jeremy Grady comes over. Again, good veteran crew. Chad Gordon, Jeremy Grady, Jeff Schroeder. Congratulations to all of the officials that made a state tournament, no matter what level. Terry Becker would like to see a couple more tenths of a second added on there.
He thought the foul occurred before the ball was inbounded, which would not take any time off the clock. Here's Elliott. Anderson and Rayburn in for Pierre. They're 3-point shooters.
Luke Fritsch comes in defensively for OGorman. Also in, Jacob Fleck.
Those are big free throws and a timeout by the Knights. That's going to be their last. Check that. They'll still have one more.
They will have one more.
Pierre still has one more.
If we get a chance, maybe we can take a look at some of the graphics that we've got coming up. Of course, tomorrow in our first game, it will be Huron taking on
Aberdeen
Now
Central.
quickly, I forget. Aberdeen Central. And then the second game tomorrow afternoon, we'll have the Watertown Arrows taking on perhaps the Pierre Governors, barring something.
Langford has defeated
here.
Gregory tonight, 49-36.
Bo Freese, I assume, had a pretty good game for Langford. That kid's been around forever, hasn't he? He's heading off to Northern next year.
Gregory making their first trip to the state tournament.
1963 was the last time they were there. Of course, a couple years ago when we were there, Craig, we got the opportunity to see Burke and Bone Steel, South Central, go together. They hadn't made it since, what, 57 and 58. So football reigns down in that part of the world.
Pierre needs 2 possessions, and Casiello with the foul. That is only the 6th team foul on OGorman. 4 seconds go off the clock. They get it in and deflect it out. Another second goes off. Pierre needs 2 possessions. Quickly to Severin. Deep 3. That's an air ball, and the OGorman Knights are going to advance to the semifinals tomorrow night. As a foul called on Charlie Anderson. And Braxton Elliott will go back to the free throw line. Tough third quarter for Pierre. They only scored 6 points to 19 by OGorman. Big night for Braxton Elliott. 25 points. 26. The OGorman Knights advance to the semifinals. The final 56-49 over the Pierre Governors. The Pierre will take on Watertown tomorrow afternoon in the consolation round. And our semifinals are all set. Washington versus Rapid City Stevens, and then Lincoln versus OGorman. And OGorman has lost to Lincoln twice on the season. So again, your final 56-49. The OGorman Knights with the win. And Mike Henriksen, he is with the winning coach, and Derek Roby is almost there. He is. There's Coach Roby.
And Derek had to work his way through through his own team. Listen, what we talked about at halftime, taking care of the ball, shooting better. That third quarter, you were Nostradamus there. That was your team really executed.
You know, we did. We had a pretty good stretch in that third quarter offensively. We just gelled. We got a pretty good run. You know, we were in foul trouble personnel-wise, like with Ben Lauer, but they were in foul trouble as a team, and we wanted to take advantage of that. We wanted to get some push to the basket to try to get ourselves to the free throw line. And, of course, you know, we have 2 of our best free throw shooters in down the stretch, and they, you know, boink 2 front ends of 1-on-1. And what do you do? I was giving the ref static for ice and our guys here a little bit. I don't know what they were talking about, but you know what? I'm very proud of our guys. What a great effort the second half.
It was. Was there anything about Pierre that surprised you? That's the type of game we thought it was going to be.
It is. Pierre's a very good basketball team. You know, they have that dominant inside presence with Kaiser. I mean, what a great kid. Very physical. And they have a whole plethora of shooters from the perimeter, and you have to close out. There was times where we fell asleep, I thought, you know, trying to close out too high and, you know, flying past them. You can't do that. But you know what? We survived it. That's part of the game this time of year, and now we're on to tomorrow's semis, and we'll see what happens.
Derek, thanks for the time. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
You bet. Derek Roby, the head coach of the OGorman Knights. They advance with the victory over the Pierre Governors. We'll be back to wrap up the day. Take a look at this one. Set you up for tomorrow, right after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank. free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota.
Exciting quarterfinal game here between OGorman and Pierre, and the Knights advance to the semifinals tomorrow night. I'm Craig Maddock along with Mike Henriksen. Mike, in that second half, OGorman outscores Pierre 19-6.
Yeah, that third quarter was the big turnaround. It went from a 6-point deficit to all of a sudden it was a 7-point lead, and just an outstanding performance. A big swat inside. Severin did what he could.
At 18.
But the nice sliding move there by Elliott.
26 points.
Yep, and another one with the little finger roll there. Again, Severin.
Brevin Kaiser also had 18.
Yep, and both of them just juniors.
Ooh, Costello with a swat. 8 blocks by OGorman tonight. 0 for Pierre.
Lauer puts it up. He didn't see much time tonight because he was limited by fouls. But
Jack Perry had 4 points tonight.
Kaiser with the great follow late in the game, but again, not enough. As the big clutch three-pointer right there by Cowan.
OGorman out rebounds Pierre 35-26. There's your stats. But 8 blocks also. 3 blocks by Braxton Elliott, 3 by J.P. Costello. We'll wrap things up when we come back to Sioux Falls on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
The first day of the South Dakota AA Boys basketball tournament is history. 4 quarterfinal games in the books. Here's what the semifinals will look like tomorrow night. Washington and Stevens on air 6 o'clock Central, 5 Mountain. Then it's Lincoln and OGorman. We'll start, though, at noon tomorrow Central, 11 a.m. Mountain. With the consolation bracket, Huron takes on Aberdeen Central, and then Watertown will take on Pierre. For all the men and women of South Dakota Public Broadcasting and Mike Henriksen, I'm Craig Maddock. Good night from Sioux Falls. Double A's.
Of course, they had that incredible run with Severin and Zach Hansen. Severin now at South Dakota State University. Zach Hansen playing for Creighton University. Lots of good athletes that they have trotted out. Michael Tweet here recently. Sam Willard. Right there.
Can't believe Coach Becker's been there 11 years already. Terry Becker, 11 years.
I was just in Pierre here at Christmas. I got a chance to go see Pierre Riggs High School. As a matter of fact, got to go see the Hegg Brothers Holiday Jam. Also took in the Christmas trees in the rotunda. It was gorgeous.
How did Pierre get here?
Take a look. They defeat Mitchell. By the way, Mitchell started off this season on a record pace. They were putting up points like there was no tomorrow. But teams made adjustments, as they always will. And Pierre ends up defeating Mitchell. And then a tight one with Huron, 66-63 to win that district. And so, again, Craig, another team that has not played since back on March the 6th.
Fairly balanced scoring. You got Kaiser averaging 14 a game. Severin is averaging 10, but you got Anderson and Rayburg 9 points a game, so some pretty balanced scoring that could concern the OGorman Knights tonight.
Yeah, and actually these two teams are rather similar as far as size goes, as far as experience goes. Maybe a little bit more size for the for Riggs High School.
They did play during the regular season.
Right. And how did that turn out?
7-point ball game for the Knights.
Yep. So we'll see what happens here tonight. I think this may be one of our better matchups of the opening round. I've been looking forward to this one all day long.
I want to remind you what has happened in some of the other tournaments here tonight at the Class B in Aberdeen. White River, the number 2 seed, a 4-point win over 7-seed Parker.
All right, Parker Pheasants, of course, hadn't been there in 19 years. That River is always there.
That B tournament's been turned upside down.
It has.
The number 1 seed Faith and the number 4 seed undefeated Woolsey-Wessington both knocked out today.
A lot of people were picking Woolsey-Wessington to run the table and win that thing as a 4 seed.
And then in the State A tournament, Aberdeen Roncalli, the top seed, and Little Wound, the 5 seed, advancing to the semifinals.
But Aberdeen Roncalli had to come from behind, didn't they, against Lennox?
Lennox led at halftime.
Yep, and in that Little Wound game, I had a chance to watch that after our session was done this afternoon on SDPB, so that was a good one. Good for Little Wound. They had a big crowd there today, and seeing our buddy Patrick Duffy on Twitter, he had tweeted out that it was as loud of a Thursday afternoon as he had heard at the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center.
That's good.
In quite a while. Indeed it is.
It's the Governors and the Knights in our last quarterfinal game, and it's coming up when we come back on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Welcome back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center in Sioux Falls. A building that's only 6 months old, but has been very busy over the last 6 months. Everything from bull riding to monster trucks to concerts. Bob Seeger, Jason Aldean.
Yep. I guess that the bull riding the other night, I guess that was tremendous.
It was packed house for 2 nights.
Yep, that's great.
Of course, the Summit League tournament, 60,000 people over the 3-4 days it was here. And now, of course, we had state wrestling here just a couple of weeks ago. And now the State AA Boys Basketball Tournament. I'm Craig Maddock along with Mike Henriksen. Our final game of the night, the quarterfinals. The Pierre Governors, the 6th seed, taking on the number 3 seed, Sioux Falls OGorman. And for the Knights, they've been gone the last couple of years. They haven't been here after they won, 3 straight in a row.
Yep.
And the first appearance since 2012. 16th appearance overall for the Knights, located right on 41st Street and Kiwanis.
Right there next to McEnany Field, as a matter of fact, also on their campus. One of the smallest AA schools.
They've won 5 titles in their history, all in the 2000s.
Yeah, they were. Well, that documentary that we did for South Dakota Public Broadcasting on the boys basketball, the minute that came out, that was no longer correct because OGorman had won the title the night before. So that was there were a couple of facts in there that OGorman had actually changed. Yep. Oh, it was tremendous job by Public Broadcasting.
And they're in District 1. How did they get here to the state tournament? They beat Brookings, and then they beat Watertown. So you see they haven't played since March 6th.
We'll see how they react to that, Craig. It can take a long time to shake off the dust. Let's take a look at their starting lineup.
Davis Cowan is their leading scorer, along with Braxton Elliott. Ben Lauer, they're glad they haven't played since March 6th. That has allowed Ben Lauer with a bad ankle to get better. Ben Lauer has broken his nose twice this year. The first time he did it was against the Pierre Governors.
Wow. And we will be back to set you up for the Pierre Governors as you're watching the state AA tournament from the Denny Sanford Premier Center in Sioux Falls.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Safe travels, my friend.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls, the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Let's take a look at the Pierre Governors. The Pierre Governors, their 5th straight appearance.
Team Logan Harmelick. Number 15, Ethan French. Number 22, Charlie Illig. Number 23, Max Cartwright. Number 24, Chandler Schiffbauer. Number 30, Jimmy Burma. And number 50, JP Costello. Now let's meet our starting lineups, introduced alternately and beginning with the Governors from Pierre. Starting at a guard, a 6-foot senior, number 3, Charlie Anderson. And starting at a guard for the Knights, a 6-foot 3-inch senior, number 3, Braxton Elliott. At a guard for the Governors, a 6-foot senior, number 4, Nick Rayburn. And at a guard for the Knights, a 5-foot 8-inch junior, number 5, Antonio Casiello. Starting at a guard for the Governors, a 5-foot 11-inch junior, number 12, Aaron Severin. And starting at a forward for the Knights, a 6-foot 6-inch senior, number 20, Davis Cowan. Starting at a center for the Governors, a 6-foot 4-inch senior, number 32, Max Seward. And starting at a forward for the Knights, a 6-foot 5-inch junior, number 31, Jack Perry. Starting at forward for the Governors, a 6-foot 5-inch junior, number 44, Brevin Kaiser. And starting at center for the Knights, a 6-foot 6-inch junior, number 33, Ben Lauer. Assistant coaches for the Pierre Governors are Jeff Schleckaway and Scott Nye. Head coach is Terry Becker. Assistant coaches for the OGorman Knights are Steve Creer, BJ Kippen, Mike Newfield, and Blake Badfield. Head coach of the Knights is Derek Roby. Our officials for this game are Chad Gordon, Jeremy Grady, and Jeff Schroeder. Our alternate official is Darren Bird.
Nice to have you with us for our last quarterfinal game. It's Pierre, of course, in the green, OGorman in the white.
Pierre Governors always travel well also. They brought a nice contingent here to Sioux Falls for the tournament.
Lauer will jump against Kaiser. Nice to have you with us all along South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Casiello will bring it up for the Knights. For OGorman, leading scorer. Where did Lucas go?
Hey. Hey.
If you're ahead, we'll grab you going in. If you're behind, we'll grab you coming out. Okay. Good luck. Good luck.
Hey, Jason. Where's Lucas go? When he dropped you?
Well, he was never supposed to work this section. I just misunderstood.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to be here for the whole thing. So
Not that we didn't want you.
That's right. We're delighted to have you.
You'll be here tomorrow.
Okay.
got tomorrow night, Saturday afternoon.
That was nice for Coach Becker to say hi.
Yeah, it was.
Say nice things about us. What? We say nice things about everybody.
Exactly.
I was thinking of doing the donate now.
Yeah.
First one.
Yep. Oh, there's Ruth.
Yep.
The little leprechaunish creature. Welcome back to the Premier Center in Sioux Falls. A reminder, you know, it's only South Dakota Public Broadcasting that brings you all 3 tournaments, all 12 games from all 3 locations. And that doesn't happen without your help. We're able to provide coverage of the South Dakota High School, not just basketball championships, but all of the activities that South Dakota Public Broadcasting is so good at covering. But we can't do it without your help. So please go online. Become a friend of South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Order the DVDs. Go to sdpb.org. Click on Donate Now. We would love your support. We are so grateful for the opportunity to bring you these kids' activities. And not just the sanctioned one, rodeo and a lot more as well. It all happens only on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Let's meet the participants of our last game tonight, quarterfinals, AA boys. Here's our public address announcer at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, Jason Luth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Denny Sanford Premier Center. The South Dakota High School Activities Association, along with its corporate partners, Sanford Health, First Premier Bank Card, Farmers Union Insurance Agency, Billion Automotive, and the South Dakota Army National Guard, welcome you to this final opening round game of the State AA Boys Basketball Tournament, featuring the Governors from Pierre and the Knights from Sioux Falls, OGorman. Before we meet our players, let's meet our cheerleaders, beginning with the cheerleaders from the Pierre Governors. They are Maddie Jones, Jessica Weber, Michaela Thomas, and Savannah Heckenweibel. Cheer coach is Jill Cowie. And let's meet the cheerleaders from the OGorman Knights. Madison Blanchard, Morgan Brower, Marin Curley, Sadie Facile, Lauren Weber, Hadley Ziegler. Cheer coach is Maddie Grogan and Sarah Gester. Now let's meet our team members, beginning with the Pierre Governors. Team members include number 13, Brad Dean. Number 15, Ethan Life. Number 21, Trey Livermont. Number 24, Daly Beck. Number 30, Isaiah Watson. Number 33, Matt Booth. Number 40, Clay Bush. Number 50, Joe King. And let's meet team members from the OGorman Knights. Number 4, Luke Fritsch. Number 10, Jacob Fleck. Number 13.